Perfect. Got it. What's up, guys? Just out here enjoying an incredible view, incredible campsite outside of Crested Butte, down the Slate, and I haven't really had an official video introducing the truck. As you can see, there's been quite a few modifications since I first got the truck, for anyone that's been following along. So I figured this would be a great spot to kind of run you through what I've done so far in the first 5 months or so and give you guys a little update on what's to come. This is definitely not a finished product, so as I don't think any truck is from what I am gathering from friends and whatnot, but let's give you guys a little tour and maybe do some fun shots on the way out, some drone shots to show you guys this area a little bit more. But yeah, very stoked on what we have so far and excited for what's to come. So let's give you a closer look. So guys, we're here with my 25 Tacoma TRD Off-Road. This thing has been putting itself to use here the past 3 weeks or so, with spring, early summer arriving in Colorado, several trips, including a couple of visits to Crested Butte, where I'm at right now. This is probably my third time visiting in the past 3 weeks, and an extended trip to the San Juans, and recently some time out in Aspen. And it's just been super nice to have a setup that is fun to live out of. So let's dive into it a little deeper and show you some of the mods that I have going right now. All right, guys, to start, we're gonna start with something not super sexy, but important for anyone that's gonna be doing some more intense off-roading. And that is the skid plates underneath here. We got the full skid package from RCI under here. It's definitely a little bit heavier than aluminum, but I figured I'd rather have some durable protection under there for the early stages before I have suspension and a lift on here, as we are pretty low still. And you know, I'm not really taking it easy on Hazel here, so this has been super nice just for peace of mind. And we've scraped her up a little bit already, so I'll give you guys a little bit better look underneath here. But very stoked, and thanks to the team at RCI. Got some more stuff coming with them soon, so stay tuned for that. So let's give you a look underneath and then move on to the next piece. All right, guys, the next piece here is something that you probably didn't even notice looking at the truck, but again, is great for protection for the long run, and that is the STEC PPF wrap. We have this in all the high impact areas. So we have side mirrors, we have the lower quarter of the truck here. I'll show you here in a sec. We've got a pretty distinct line there. That's probably the only place that it really shows, but still hardly noticeable. And then we have the entire front of the truck. This has been super fun, and we have some more stuff coming with STEC soon. Another shout out to them for providing this wrap, and to the team at Supreme Dynamics in Denver for helping out with the install. Very seamless install and transition, and really stoked with how that came out. So let me show you a little bit more. Probably not gonna even be able to tell, but super stoked on it. As you can see here, probably the biggest piece that I'm stoked on is the Intrepid Geo 2.5. And this thing is an absolute beast. Very different from your typical wedge style rooftop tent with the dual struts and 36% more headspace up there. So a lot more roomy, a lot more comfortable to just sleep in and not have to hit your head for someone that's on the taller side like myself. It's been awesome. I had it for the last 3 weeks or so and have been putting it to good use. And yeah, really stoked on that. I'll show you guys inside there here in a sec. Then the next piece is this Midnight Forest fly rod holder. Had this on the Subaru before upgrading to the Tacoma, and it's been great. Kind of a shorter size, so you do have to break down into 2 pieces, but it does come with a rod sleeve to keep your rods looking good and intact, and has a lock on it as well, so keeping your precious rods safe. Let's go around to the other side and see if the wind is cooperating over there. The Kamek awning, crosswing awning, has been pretty awesome, honestly. It's not your standard 270, but for someone like myself who's constantly moving from place to place, not really setting up for an extended period of time, this has been great. Super quick setup, no poles needed, and I had this on the Subaru as well, so this was a easy add to the truck. The last piece here is the Wyzona rack. This is just an Amazon rack on the cheaper end for racks, so I think it was about $450. Has been holding up great. Definitely got to check to make sure that the bolts are still tight after, you know, a first go on the road. Definitely found some looser bolts, so tighten those up, and it's been holding up great this trip so far. We're on day 7 of this trip, so no issues. Have been keeping an eye on them, but it's been great. All right, guys, the newest add was the LensSun 200 watt solar panel that I put on the top of the Intrepid. And this is the first week that I've had it going. It's been working great. Did some of my first electrical work with some wire cutting, stripping, and crimping and whatnot. And it's been holding up. Might need to do some work on it soon just to really make sure that it's tight and secure, as well as maybe putting some wrap around the wires to make sure that those aren't getting damaged from rocks and debris on the road. But it has been super nice for having peace of mind knowing that my Goal Zero is fully charged and keeping my Alta 50 cooler going, which we will dive into here a little bit. All right, guys, we're getting inside now. As you can see, we have a pretty beefy cooler in here, the Alta 50 from Goal Zero, and this thing is pretty sweet. I've had this for 3 weeks now, I want to say, and been really loving it. Once I actually decided to look at the instructions on how to use it, you can connect to an app via Bluetooth and make sure that you have the right settings going. But once I got it figured out and really understood how to use it to its full potential, we ended up using it for about 8 or 9 days on the road without having the solar. And between switching from the truck's 12 volt to the Goal Zero when we weren't moving, we were able to keep the battery alive for the entire trip and also keep our food cold. So now that I have the solar on, you know, it's just like essentially plugging into your home wall. It feels like not really having to worry about it much, but lots of space. Let me show you here real quick. All right, guys, on the other side here, we have the Goal Zero Yeti 1000X. This thing has been my tried and true for years and still working strong, running great, and keeping my electronics and most importantly, the cooler charged and ready to go. And I can show you guys a little bit more, but essentially this has all the different volts that you need. And then on top of that, we have the solar running through the floor grommet here, underneath. Quick, easy add to wire that up through the underseat storage. Just a quick removal of these barriers here and you're set to go. I am not the most technical, knowledgeable person when it comes to electrical work or just handiwork in general, and I was able to do this in a couple hours with no problems. It's been working this entire trip, so definitely something that's very doable. All right, guys, to touch on the dually mattress from HEST, I'll probably end up putting an iPhone video together just to give you guys a better idea of what that is. But huge thank you to them for just sending that out. Been using that for the last week here on the road, and the difference between that and what I had previously is like night and day, and truly just very comfortable. Like the first time I put it on, I was in awe. It's about a 4 or 5 inch thick mattress with memory foam. It folds up if you do need to take it out, and then they have several options. So if you are just looking for a single person mattress, that's an option. If you're looking for a custom piece for a van build, they have that as well. But really can't recommend that enough. I mean, when it comes down to it, sleep has got to be the most important thing on the road, and this is the best choice for that. So I think that covers it. This has been maybe a little bit scrambled, but I wanted to give you guys an idea of what we have going on here, and excited to add some new pieces here soon. I'm just gonna hold off and we can cover those when they're on. But thanks for joining. Enjoy some B-roll here of some drone footage of this incredible valley, and we'll see you on the next one.